High on a hill, at the end of a long and winding road, behind the pretty little village of Crosshaven, stands one of Ireland's least known tourist attractions. Could this be Cork's best kept secret? We recently got a tour of this incredible facility with Brendan Buckley of the Camden Fort Volunteers.
This is the lamp passage here in the main magazine in Camden Fort Meagher. The purpose of the lamp passage is twofold. First of all, to light the lamps that light the magazine, and this would be done every morning by a lighting officer who would be armed with four heavy lanterns operated by whale oil. He would march down here each morning and make sure they were lit and there was enough oil in it for a day's work. The second part of it would be as if there was an explosion in the magazine. The second wall, the heavier wall here, is used as containment. So it's made of granite. It's 2.5 foot thick, and it would absorb most of the explosion, most of the weight of the explosion. But in case it didn't, the whole area here in the passage leading out of the magazine was lined with granite, with a blast cap at the very top to allow the excess to release without destroying the entire fort.
But there's even more happening behind the walls of Camden.
For example, one of the things that I added was a little tower.
Christine Hoagland is a member of the Garrison Model Club who have been gifted a room in the fort to show off their collection.
This model here was built by a coal fire brigade quite a number of years ago, and they donated it to Marymount as a charity, and they decided a few years later that to raffle it off, and one of the winners, or the winner I should say, happens to be a volunteer here, and he didn't have space for the model in his house, so he gave it to us so that we could display it here. This here is a model of the Black Pearl from Pirates of the Caribbean. I added some details to it. There are some little people on it, which is mostly the cast of the movie. This ship took me 3 weeks to build. 2 weeks of that was the rigging and using tiny little tweezers to get in there in the tight spaces under all the knots. It is one of my pride and joy models. This here is HMS Victory. Took me 3 weeks to build. Also, it's completely hand painted. The rigging again was very, very tricky to do. There is a lot of time gone into it. Victory was Nelson's ship. That is a British fishing vessel. It fishes the sea between UK and Norway, and I am from Norway, so it kind of made sense for me to do something that is kind of fishing the sea that I would love to fish myself.
Christine says she would like to see more women involved in modelling.
It's not just for men, and a lot of people don't understand that women can do the small intricate details. We can be just as excited about modelling as anybody else. In fact, I'm quite obsessed with it, and I'm hoping to encourage other people to be that as well.
This collection is actually from a magazine collected by myself over a number of years ago. It covers all combat soldiers from various nations during the 20th century. Down at the bottom is a new collection we just put in the last couple of days, which is a colour party from the Cheshire Regiment, which again we have in our collection. All the items in that cabinet are from Del Piero, an Italian company that specialises in lead soldiers. The top part of it is from the Napoleonic War. We have cavalry and we also have infantry, and represent all the sides, from the Russian to the Prussian to French to the Dutch, Belgian and English. So all of them are covered. All of them are covered from roughly about 1790 up as far as 1815, which was the Battle of Waterloo.
The Garrison Model Club, of which Brendan is a member, are very grateful to Camden Fort for gifting them this room where they can display their collections. But there is much more to see and enjoy in Camden Fort Meagher, not least of all the stunning surroundings and the incredible view of the harbour from the veranda at the cafe.
This is our famous spiral staircase.
Beneath the serenity of the stunning views, there are real gems to behold underground. And there are also 4 army tanks that have been donated by the Irish Army. Exhibitions in the many exhibition rooms include World War I and II dioramas and information boards. But with the season drawing to a close now, the volunteers are hopeful that next year's season will be just as busy as 2022 at Camden Fort Meagher in Crosshaven.